right, guys, listen. We're going to do a Q&A. Me and my boy Goody Beats. We're here at Hyde Park. It's like 150 degrees out, so we put a poll, asked you guys what your questions were on Instagram. Goody Beats is currently on my Instagram. I'm going to let him fire off some questions, and we're going to give you guys some answers.
All right, guys, so here we go. How important is it to test ketones? And are the strips okay, or what do you need? Like, do you use the Keto Mojo?
Okay, so that's interesting. Like when I first started keto like 3 years ago, I was peeing on a strip. If it turned any color red, I was ecstatic. Now there's like ketone chasing on blood. Blood is obviously the best way to do it.
Yes.
I think it can become obsessive, and I warn you guys against ketone chasing. It's good to get valuable feedback, but it's like it's like the scale where in the beginning it's a good thing, but it can backfire on you and
really
become your biggest enemy. And so that's what I see them doing a lot of. People doing a lot of is over testing ketones and things. So I would just caution you guys against that.
I look, I have Keto Mojo. I just never really use it, just because right now, the point in my life and what my goals are, I'm not chasing ketosis. Like it's not important for me to be in ketosis 6, 7, 8, 9 days in a row. Like if I get knocked out, okay, it's no big deal. Life goes on, and my keto journey will go on, and so will yours.
And I feel like there's a misconception. I feel like people think the higher the ketone reading, the more fat they're burning, and that's not the case.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, next question.
Here's the next question from Medcat. Shout out to Medcat. What's up, girl? Have you guys tried the keto pizza yet? Thoughts?
What keto pizza?
I've never tried it yet. It's supposedly Quest Nutrition.
Oh, I've seen that advertised.
Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, unfortunately. So when we get to it, we'll probably do a video on it.
I think they're a little late to the game, though, man.
They are a little late, but hey, why don't you and I do a video on that?
Little taste test?
Yeah, we'll do a little taste test. So we'll work
let
on
you know
that, guys.
soon.
Here's a good one. Keto and intermittent fasting, the best way to lose weight?
This is going to be the title of the video already. I'm glad somebody asked that question.
Go, yeah.
This is going to be I'm going to try and shorten this up. I personally do not do intermittent fasting. Although I've changed my perspective on it. Usually I tell people don't ever do it because it's not sustainable. It always seems to work in the beginning, but over the long run, I feel like it's hard to sustain, but it does work. And so I'm a little more open to it and trying to like embrace it a little more. It's never gonna be for me. I have to wake up and have my keto coffee, and that automatically bumps you out of the intermittent fasting protocol stuff.
Absolutely, that's another big question that people always ask. I don't know if anybody are gonna ask that, but I'm sure a lot of you have this question. Will keto coffee knock you out of fasting? Yes, it will.
But does keto coffee significantly raise your blood sugar and insulin? No.
No.
So for example, Goody Beats and I went to the gym this morning. He intermittent fasted, which meant he kept his blood sugar and insulin rock bottom by not eating, right? I had my keto coffee, which was butter and coconut oil, a little bit of MCT or whatever. Maybe my insulin rose a little bit, but not enough to prevent me from burning fat.
Sure.
So that's why I don't think I need to do intermittent fasting, is because I'm still maintaining the blood sugar, low blood sugar and insulin levels. If you have a lot of weight to lose, you can incorporate the intermittent fasting. That will help. And don't get it twisted, guys. Intermittent fasting does not work because you're eating less. It works because it's a guaranteed way to keep the insulin and the blood sugar under control. Now, here's the other thing. The intermittent fasting stuff has gotten way out of control in my opinion. Honest to God. And I'm a former wrestler, and I know starving yourself is no joke. You want to talk about intermittent fasting? I spent years and years and years doing it, which might play a lot of reason why I resist it so much today, is because I have firsthand experience that it sucks. Starving yourself sucks. And I see people, even influencers, leading people on like 7-day fasts.
It's crazy.
And I'm like, yo, what are you going to do after that? What are you going to do after you're done with the 7-day fast? Like, how are you going to recover from that? How are you going to, like, mentally, where are you going to be after that? So the short answer is I don't do intermittent fasting because it's not necessary for me. I do think that you can try it, just don't go through like these huge, long, prolonged fasts, because I feel like that's going to mess you up psychologically. Next question.
Next question, how often should you have a cheat day?
Good question. I get that a lot. Now, a lot of people are like, hey, is keto sustainable or not? And I feel like people think it's not because they feel like they have to live the rest of their life without carbohydrates. And like, there's two ways of thinking about things. Ideally, yes, you should avoid carbs for the rest of your life. They make you fat and they kill you, and you should also eat more fat. Realistically, you're gonna eat carbs again. You know,
absolutely. You're gonna go to it. You're gonna have a bachelor party. You're gonna have a wedding. You're gonna have a birthday.
You're gonna go on vacation.
You're gonna go on vacation. You're gonna do something. You're gonna go to a location where they just don't have keto stuff available, and that's okay. You can have a cheat day, a cheat weekend. the ketogenic diet will be there waiting for you. Now, you have to understand, guys, you have to get to the point to, like, Jason and I, we don't do the ketogenic diet. Keto is a lifestyle. It's just the way we eat. We don't go and order our food and be like, oh, well, I have to have this because I do the ketogenic diet. No, that's just the way we choose to eat.
Yeah, to answer the question directly, I don't like schedule my cheat meals anymore. I just have one when the situation comes up, which could be every few weeks. It's currently right now, it's been a few months. But if I have one today, if Goody Beats end this video right now and say, yo, let's go eat some ice cream.
Which I probably will.
Yeah, I'm cool. I can go do that and mentally know that as soon as the last bite of ice cream goes down, I'm back on my mission. Yeah. I'm back on my grind. I'm not going to sit there. I've seen a lot of people live ideally with this diet. They're like, and they go down this idealistic, like, I'm never going to have carbs again. Yeah. And when reality hits them in the face and they're staring a bowl of ice cream down and they eat it, they never come back.
It plays on them so much
mentally. They can't come back.
And so that's why if you go in there with open mind, it's like, I'm probably going to have carbs again in my life, but that's okay. It's just, I'm still going to be on my keto grind.
I will say this though, now ketogenic diet is used therapeutically for a lot of things, right? If you have cancer, like if you're Logan Sneed, he can't afford to have cheat meals. Yeah. Okay, so in that situation, you can't have cheat meals. If you have a lot of weight to lose, you better go as long as you can, like weeks and weeks without having a cheat meal. So
here's a really good one. This is actually one that's going to be for Jason Whitrock. Any decent macro calculators out there?
I would have skipped past this question if I were reading these off. No, macro calculators are full of shit. Anybody that puts those things together, they're just trying to control you. There is nobody who has the magic formula to tell you how many calories you need, how many exact grams of protein, carbs, and fats you need. Stop buying into that stuff, guys. I promise you, you're just being misled. Coming from me, would I ever follow somebody else's, would you ever follow somebody's macro calculator on the internet?
No, I'd follow my own.
You would follow your own? What's your formula? You got a magic formula for us?
I don't. So that's the
Everybody's got their own magic formula.
Everybody has their own way, right? Everybody has their own way, but my best advice I would give somebody is like, find out what, like, start at a number. If calorie count is so important to you and it's the end all be all and that's what you need to gauge and get started, that okay, that's fine, there's nothing wrong with that. Get a certain number. Okay, start tracking your weight a little bit, start tracking your size, your waist size, your arm size. If you're going down, then great, keep it there. If maybe you slow down or something's going on, maybe take in a little bit less and see what happens from there. It's trial and error, right? It's not just like some simple answer like, well, I'm gonna do this number, I'm gonna lose weight, then I'm gonna go down and lose weight. No, it's constantly like this, right? Constantly, it's trial and error. There's a lot to figure out, and that's always been my opinion on it. I know you're a big time against calories in and calories
because
out.
I know because we talked about this earlier on your channel today. Yeah. Everybody wants to focus on the calories in number. They want to give you that magic formula that they've got for the calories in, but where's that magic formula for calories out? Where's the formula that's going to tell me at the end of today how many exact calories I burned? And don't say an Apple Watch or a Fitbit or how many calories the treadmill told you, because that's bullshit. All right, and so I feel like it's futile. It's pointless to focus on the calories because I believe that it's a hormonal issue. So I think focusing on more things like, are there different types of foods that I have in my diet right now that are infecting my blood sugar and therefore insulin more than others? Should I keep the protein down a little bit more because protein spikes insulin? I would focus more on these questions than slowly starving yourself out more and more and more. And again, I used to have a program that had a little online macro calculator because I sold out to the fitness industry because everybody's like, dude, you got to have it in there. And I pulled that program off because that's how firmly I believe that I can't tell you.
We talked about that. I remember you told me that.
I can't tell you how many calories you need every day. All I know is when your body is regulated, when your hormones are regulated, your body will tell you how many calories it needs every single day. Do you miss the old Kanye?
Yes, I do. Hey, there's a good one in there. If you keep
non-keto food you miss the most.
I would say ice cream for sure.
Really? Yeah. So I always find that people are either like starch.
Let me find this good one.
Or sugar. Like one or the other. Like if you're like having your cheat meal, it's either starch or it's sugar. Yo, we gotta change the location, bro. This lighting is terrible. What is this for me? Jason, ask Goody how hard it is to stay keto being a Mexican family. The struggle is real.
Yeah.
So being Mexican, I mean, how the hell does that work with keto?
It's very tough, guys, because...
What percentage of the Mexican population you think could do keto?
Yeah, probably like 2% maybe. And I only say that because, guys, Mexican families, we were raised on tortillas, rice, beans, fidel. You know, that's just what we're raised on. It's just, you know, carbs, carbs, carbs. So whenever you go to your grandma's house and you're like, oh, you know, grandma, I'm not gonna eat this, I'm not gonna eat that, I'm only gonna have that, she's gonna look at you like you're crazy. She's gonna grab you by the neck and you're gonna eat her damn food. So it is hard.
Thoughts on carnivore diet? So you've done the carnivore diet.
I liked it. I really did. And
sustainable or not?
For me, no.
Yeah.
And let me tell you why. Jason's Deli. I love Jason's Deli. I love vegetables. I love avocados. And I was getting called out too many times from like the true carnivore police whenever I'd have like some jalapenos. You guys know I love spicy food, so I like to put a lot of spice in my stuff. And also, I like to take pre-workouts. Like, it's just something I enjoy doing. And I like my keto meal, and I can't do any of that stuff on the carnivore diet. So again, nothing wrong with the carnivore. I had great results. I ate a lot of protein. I got really strong, but it just wasn't sustainable for me.
Yeah, and that's why I haven't really done it. I've been able to witness other people like you and stuff do it. So, I mean, I know it works, but I'm very resistant to things that might be a fad. And I'm not saying carnivore is a fad, but it is one of those things where like you're pretty rare if you can just eat meat the rest of your life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, all right, guys, last question here before we got to get back to the wife and kids.
Yeah.
What are surefire ways to tell you are in ketosis? My very first thing that I noticed was a decrease in appetite.
Yeah, that's obviously the number one. Also, your energy level is insane. So I will say this: when I
go through that like euphoric,
like you
almost can't sleep.
Some
people have a hard time sleeping.
That's what I was gonna say. I couldn't sleep. I'm up at 2, 3 in the morning. I'm just not tired, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like, I'm just laying in bed, tossing and turning. I'm just not tired.
There's the Keto Breath.
Yeah,
I never got that though.
At
least I don't think
I don't think I ever got that just because I got smelly breath already. So.
One of the other things that I noticed, I'm just like thinking back years ago when I first started this. So like I do a lot of supersets at the gym, right? And I would always be like winded in between the supersets, you know what I mean? And like huffing and puffing at the gym. Yeah. I noticed that like I wasn't huffing and puffing anymore. Like I had better blood flow. I felt like, you know, the strength went down, but like my endurance at the gym was better, and that was definitely noticeable. Also, I noticed like a change in my nails. They were getting harder.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird.
That is weird.
And my hair, the texture of my hair was getting different from the elevated levels of fat, especially the coconut. I think the coconut oil, adding a lot of the coconut oil and MCT oil, I feel like.
See, I never noticed any of that, but like I said, the surefire things for me to know is
appetite.
You just don't even think about food.
Yeah.
Like you're not even like, you go to a point where like you're always thinking about your next meal while you're having that meal, right? You're just like, what am I gonna eat
next?
In
a way, that's very, very liberating, and probably one of the best parts about the diet is that like you're not a slave to food, and you can just be a lion and you know, and eat when you're hungry, and the fact that you eat high fats kind of like shuts you down real quick.
Absolutely.
It's awesome. So thank you very much for being a part of this Q&A, man.
This was good. More of these. I love these.
We sure. I'm glad you're back in town, bro.
It's good to be back.
All right, guys, make sure you give Goody Beats a follow. His YouTube, he's nearing 100K. Let's get him over 100K so he can catch up to your boy. No, but it's been fun, man. It's been real, guys. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. Thank you for following along on our journey. As always, keep up the good work and much love.
Love you guys. Peace.